vaquero y me monta en la ruta.
Dímelo, yo.
Par de gatilleros y huele a gran puta.
Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome to SLED Podcast. I don't even know what number it is, but it's a lot. If you guys watched our yesterday stream, it was like 10 hours long. A whole bunch of good info in the first couple of hours. After that, it's just JCast jamming out to hip hop. Sup, CNC?
Doing.
Yeah. Well, just one news. I just want to jump in straight into the charts. I think today I'll show you guys like a little walkthrough on how to use method of trading that I use, at least how to use the software. I use Tesseract Pro, I think it's called. That's not the only app or the only chart that you can use. You can use Wave 59, you can use Gunner, all those paid softwares. You can even chart it if you really wanted to, replicate it. You can do everything that the software that I'm going to use, you can do it in trading. But for the simplicity of things, I like good, GUIs, and I just want to use something that's meant for it. And I don't want to be scaling out the what do you call them? The cycle and drawing the lines and finding out where to put the vertical line for New York Open and all that stuff. So it's all automatically done for you in that software, and that's why I use it. In regards to news, Bitcoin ETFs are slowing down. So we've seen an inflow of 11.3 billion. Price has jumped, from 42, even 40. I don't know why people say 42. We jumped from I guess when ETFs come out, it was around 42,000. We jumped to 62.7 thousand and even higher. But right now, everything is slowing down. BTC down 8% on the week. And Bitcoin ETFs are going on to the fourth straight day of outflows. Venture funding is making a comeback. Other than that, the meme coins of Solana are still doing crazy shit. Anyways, let's jump straight into Tesseract. Let's see. Hold up. You know what I'm gonna do? Do you know any news? Anything happened, Alex? You've been out of the loop?
No, I've been pretty much out of the loop, dude.
Yeah. I hear you. Okay, there I set up TikTok on the side. We stream on TikTok too now, guys. So if you prefer to use that method, then please do so. But we would like to grow our YouTube audience more importantly than anything else. All right, let's share a screen. Share screen. Where's JCast? Oh no. Boom. Let's see. First, let's see what happened here. So we did hit our target on a 512. We showed it to you guys yesterday. We hit two targets actually, 64,287 and 62,484. So when we made a call, I think we were bouncing off the second arc, double arc right here. I think, I'm not too sure, but nonetheless, big ass move, $6,000 move, with perfect targets hit. First we hit our first target, broke it, hit the second one. Still got plenty of time, 11 more days, at least. Yeah. It could technically be 5 to 11 days, but I wouldn't count on 5 to 11 days of a move on this pivot point, 5 to 6. It can go either way. There is a chance of it, sliding back up. But on 2048, we're fighting second arc. We broke it once already, twice even. And now we are kind of testing the waters again. Our first main target is 59,000. Still 59,000 plus or minus a few $100, just like it was for the last 4 days that we found this pivot point. Not 4 or 5 days. When did we find this pivot point? Yeah, 9 days ago. So still in that down move. Still need to make a 9 to 10. We have anywhere from 11 days to, all the way to 2 months. But most likely 1 month or so of down move. That doesn't mean we're going straight down from this price. That's what a lot of people are like, well, you said it's going to go down, but it went back to, 68,000. Yeah, that can happen. The chart moves up and down, but the general move is down, 9 to 10. Right? It can end up like this. I'll show you. It can end up breaking this and kind of sliding up, and then make another wave down, and then we'll start going up. This could be one of the examples that could happen. We can start going along this arch, kind of going up, testing it, breaking it, and we can slide like that. It doesn't mean it's an up move. It's still a distribution move, right? So we're moving within the range of the Gann arc, of the Gann fan square. As far as resistances, we can pull a, sorry, not a Gann fan. We can pull a Gann grid from 9 to 8, see what's going on. Kind of broke all of them. That's a very bearish signal. But let's take a look at 512 again. 512 we'll pull again. Gann grid. Fighting with this angle right here. But in my opinion, we're gonna break it pretty soon here. 128, fighting double arc 2 as well. Our target on 128 is $61,236.11. We hit one of our targets, obviously, because we hit our targets on a higher time frame. This is a lower time frame. So we hit a target here as well, a major target. Our next target on 128 is 61,236. Welcome, JKS. Our target 3 is 59,000, which correlates for that 248-minute chart. We have the same target 128. I think that's going to be a major inflection point. That's why I don't really tell you about the targets that are below that, but there is a chance of going even below that, anywhere from 57 to 56, before we start seeing some kind of bounce, substantial bounce from this big down move. We can pull a Fib 2 in a little bit. On a 32-minute, we have about 7 hours, 7 to 23 hours to make pivot point 8 and head on to 9, which is going to be an up move. Can't tell you how big of an up move yet, because we haven't made pivot point 8 yet. I don't think. We could go sideways for the next 7 to 20 hours, with this being the bottom and the start of pivot point 8, but I think that's too early. I think we're still going to get to around $61.2 thousand.
Still under that 45 on most time frames, eh?
Yep, bearish, and in one of them under all the Gann angles. That's bearish too. 30-second is doing its thing, so we start the cycle, blah, blah, blah. That would be our, that would be our 10. We finished 10 late, that would be our 9, that would be our 10, that would be our 1, that would be our 2. We're kind of climbing up right now. So if we place again, I don't think it's gonna work because I need 4 previous ones in order for it to appear. What we can do, actually screw the 30-second, who cares. Let's check the 8-minute. So we left off yesterday's live at pivot point 3, and I said it was going down. We've been going down more than, because there was a pivot point in between here, blah blah blah. We're on 9. We're on pivot point 9 right now, so we're going to 10 once we form the 10 in the next. Let me pull it up for you guys. So let's chart those out. Actually, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, yeah, 8. Where's my fucking 9 and 9? So we're on to 9 right now. Let's scale it down a bit. Place it. So we had our first initial impulse. Ooh, why is it not magnetizing? Oh, there we go. We had our first initial impulse I'm good with that. So our targets, short-term targets would be, well, we just hit the first one. That would be our second target. This is our main target right here. Third arc is always our main target one, 63,000. And now we got a major target at 62. So this move will happen in anywhere from 2 hours, anywhere between now and 2 hours, and capping it out at around 5 hours, 5-6 hours for this entire move to complete. 9 is a little bit early as usual, but we had pretty good negative volume here, so I think we should keep going down. I also want to pull a fib here between our third wave, our third and eighth. Yeah, so we're below 382 right now. 382 and 238 or 236 are very common levels for retracements to keep going down. So fib is pointing down as well. We'll see how it plays out. What are you eating there, JCass? Oh, you're muted, bro. Oh, he doesn't even have headphones. Should we watch 8-minute chart a little bit? Oh yeah, by the way, Alex.
Yo.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you have the chart pulled up? I'll run you through. I'll run you guys through on how to use what some features are and how to do it. So, you want to share your chart
That's Rex
really
not loading
quick?
for
So I
me.
just. Oh really? Why? It
It's
says
not loading for
downloading.
me. I think I'm not sure if it's internet or if I ran out of my sub yesterday.
Oh.
I don't know. It's just not loading right now. Doesn't say expired or anything.
That's all right. That's okay then. Anyways, guys, so you can start charting on a higher time frame. I would start from 128 minute, right? I would find where we are in the cycle. So the cycle started here, ends here. So it's 4 quadrants always. Our first quadrant always starts with just there is a reason behind everything, but I'm just gonna run you through how. So the first pivot point is always a new high in a new quadrant, right? So this is the highest point. This is our first quadrant. That's our pivot point 1. You go then from there. You need at least 4 pivot points. There's 10 pivot points in a cycle. So there can only be 10, not 11, not 6, not 5. These pivot points land statistically on specific parts of the chart, hence the time bar. That way, you can see what time the particular wave will finish. Pretty good, damn accurate. Like it's crazy. And then basically what you have to do is you have to know the rule sets of which pivot points can come in which parts, which targets have to hit, which bounces. You have to study the arcs. I'll teach you all that. Now, to have this Gann fan appear, you need at least 4 pivots, previous pivots, to be selected before this Gann fan appears, because it needs to do the calculation and sizing of it. To remove, sometimes if you mark the wrong, let's say a wrong pivot point, somewhere in the middle, you're like, oh, that's not a 7, maybe that's a 7, while you're learning, right? You will notice that you can't delete it. To delete things, it's backspace. You will notice that you can't delete things. That is because you can only delete a pivot point that had the last pivot point on the chart. So if this is a 9, you can't delete an 8 without first deleting a 9. You can't delete a 6 without first deleting a 7, a 9, 8, and a 7. So that's why A lot of people who come into this software initially, they're like, this is so glitchy. We can't remove anything. How do we reset it? That is the reason behind it. So that's how you fix that. To place pivot points, you can press A on your keyboard or here on top of the menu. This is the button. Once you press it, you can go into the options here and you can select a number to begin with, right? So if this is a 1, usually it will find out that it's your first pivot point ever and it will actually put a right number on it. If it doesn't, you can go to options here and you can select the number automatically. So you would start with 1. Then you would place a 2. It would usually know that it's a 2, but if you need to change it, you can press it manually here. And that way you can scale it. You can have Fibonacci on to measure the move. You can turn it off in the beginning if you don't want it. You can pull it manually. Also, turn on your double arcs. Make sure you have your double arcs on. That's that. You can have a magnet to place these pivot points accurately right on tops. There's a magnet down here. You can click on it. It will magnetize to each candle. Very cool feature. Where I use that feature everywhere. You can start doing that. Now the main rule is that just for now, I'll teach you more about it. You should know that our first main target is always double arc 3. If we break double arc 3, double arc 4 supports a little bit like a resistance, more of a support though on the way back. And our main target 2 is always the double arc number 5. So 3 and 5 are always your most, that's where the bounces happen. If we break the 3, we head it to 5, not to 4. If we stop here and start going sideways and didn't quite get to 5 and running out of time, that means the pivot point is coming. These time bars, you'll get this time bar if you have 4 previous pivot points as well. The time bar changes depending on the pivot. These numbers here, 11, 22, and 44, are magical square root numbers of WD GAN, his timing. So if you look here, this is a significant time. We formed a low exactly on the dot. We're still 27 significant time, whether we form a low or based on this down move, we should form a low. We can just backtrack and test some of the times. Look at this. If we place the marker on when pivot point 5 started, we didn't have all this. Let's say pivot point 5 started, the price is just over here. We discovered that this is pivot point 5, right? We have this GAN fan. We can just place the time bar. We can place our first time right here on 14, and it would show us that it was a low. We place it on 29, another low. So this time bar is very accurate. It's accurately calculated. You can calculate it yourself too, but that's why I like the software. You don't need to go through this hassle. You can pull a time bar and you can scale them, which is just a hassle. You can do it though. You can do it on TradingView yourself. I also use software called Ganzilla. The reason I'm doing this for you guys, because I remember last stream you guys were asking, right, what the hell is going on? So on software called Ganzilla,
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's
what?
really interesting how different this is. This is really different from any of the GAN tools on TradingView. If you're doing any GAN tools on TradingView, you can't scroll or zoom at all. They just crater.
Yep. And soon the patch is coming out. We will be able to, for example, have an 8-minute here. Right now, we just get a tracer on all time frames. So if you see, I'm moving my time, price cursor over here on an 8-minute, but you can also see where that price would reflect on a 2-minute, on 512, on all charts, right? But what they're gonna do in the new patch, you can, for example, select the target, so we know we're getting here somewhere in the square, and this rectangle, it will appear on all time frames as in yellow, and then you can correlate the big inflection zones with one triangle. You will see it on a 2-minute bar, and you will see if it falls under double arc 3 or double arc 4 on a lower time frame or a higher time frame. So you can kind of scale the similarities and confluences of each pivot point to a one single take profit place. Which is kind of cool. And also this will also help us find inflections. And great inflections is when it's a pivot point on a 2-minute, on an 8-minute, 32-minute, 128-minute. it's where they could be different turning points. So on an 8 minute, it could be turning point 10. On a 32 pivot on 32-minute chart, it could be pivot point 4. So, but when they all come together and bounce and make a turning point, that's called an inflection point, and those are your money makers. Let me show you here. So, for example, here at pivot point 8. Oh, that's an 8 minute. Let me show you something more substantial. How would I do this? Actually, so the pivot point 8 on an 8-minute chart was a big pivot point after a large down move. We ran out of time. We hit all the targets. That's a wrongly scaled fan, but we hit all the targets, I remember. And now we bounced up from 8, and we also bounced up on 4 on a 32-minute. This was our pivot point from 4 to 5, and this was our pivot point from 8 to 9. And it was a big inflection point, two turning points on 2 different time frames, but both pointed up. And that's the best point of entry you can ever get. You can trade all pivot points if you would like, but those greater inflection points where a pivot point comes on all time frames, that's the one you really want to trade. That's definitely a moneymaker, because not all of them fall into the same category. Like, for example, if you look at a pivot point 2, well, that ended up being a 6, so it's kind of an inflection point as well. But let's say a 5, like, see, a turning point 5 here is in between our turning point 1 to 2. So it's not an inflection point at all. Our pivot point 3 or our pivot point 1 was actually an inflection point. So 1 ended up being a 1 on a 32-minute chart as well. That would be a great entry. And as you see, it's a big move. But like I said, you can trade, if you would like, you can trade all of the turning points. You will have your favorite one. My favorite one is 9 to 10, 10 to 1. But the inflection points is 100% what you need to look for. And if you can find those, that's great. And they're going to be even easier to find once we get that new update, where you can just select and see if it falls in under any other turning points on the other time frames.
Can you show me how you set up the 3 charts on the same? Can you show how you set up all 3 charts on the same?
Yeah, you can pull them out. You can actually click on the time frame and drag it out, and drag it to an open field. You can click here also, minimize and maximize, and then you can literally like move it yourself, however you want.
Okay.
But you can drag out the time frames that you guys like. I like to have smaller time frames, just so that I can see just the direction of the market better. On the smaller time frames, you actually see a lot of waves. I like to see that scale it in 8 and 2, and that will help me figure out the turning points on a 32-minute. Once I have the 32-minute, then I like to actually scale from bottom to top. But you can do it from the higher time frame to a lower time frame. It doesn't really matter. In the beginning, I recommend doing it on a higher time frame to a lower time frame, because these are, you actually have to sit. They change often, and this is more when you're active, looking at charts actively, not just checking if your higher time frame swing positions are hitting targets.
Do you change your 4 quadrants often, or is that fixed now?
4 quadrants are always the same. The cycles are always the same.
So what's the start date?
It's always different, right? So for each cycle, it's different amount of money. Time is money. But yeah. So our 32-minute started 5 days ago, and it ends in 2 days. So it's a 7-day week on a Bitcoin, right? So we started on the 18th, and we will end on the 24th, right? 128, we started on the 25th of the second month. February, right?
How do you
February
decide
25th. That's calculated. This is, you need to read the Big Bertha. he explains why that cycle is. But in few words, I'll tell you. So we forget the reason I was speaking in the previous live, and I was talking about cycles, right? About the birds and sun coming up and down.
The
We need
worms.
to apply, yeah, the worms. We need to apply the same kind of mentality to a market cycle. What is a market cycle? Why is it 7 days, right? Why is it 5 days in stock, right? You need to apply basic psychology. So the the regular person cycle is they wake up, they brush their teeth, they go to work, they come home. At the same time, they go to sleep, they wake up, they go to work 5 days a week. Then it's the weekend, right? Weekend, the cycle changes a little bit because people wake up at different times. People, go to sleep at different times. That's where the saying comes from, I don't trade on the weekends. The reason is because market comes out of a natural cycle zone, and it becomes harder to predict because people switch up their schedule on the weekends. But the basic idea, the reason the cycle is a week on a 32-minute, is that it's a basic cycle of human life, right? Everybody in the world knows and goes to work 5 days a week most of the time, right? And some occasions they go to vacations, but still, the larger portion of people trade a particular time, stop trading a particular time, and that's why those moves are more apparent, and that's why we decided to be a cycle.
Yeah. Okay.
Simple as that.
Psychology.
Psychology.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Um, Quadrants. The so after upon reading the Big Bertha book, guys, which I highly recommend to everybody, you will understand where it's most probable where turning points come in, right? You will be able to time them. He will explain everything. Another book I would suggest to read is Gunner 28 by I forgot who is by Gunner. That's his nickname. You can read his book, and then you can read The Matrix. So that's an influence of planets, planetary alignments, Venus, Mars, whatnot on the price. Once you combine these three knowledges into one, you will be a highly unstoppable trader. Like you will be able to forecast. I even add another thing that not a lot of people do. I wanted to show you and I forgot. I add. Uh, do, do, do. I add I add software called Gunzilla, right? So on Gunzilla, it's also a professional WD GAN tool. You have a protractor here. When I need to trade my planets, I can have my planets. It's all timed correctly, so we can find angles to planets on particular days. You see, we got April, May here, all the years. We have a protractor here, so we can create our 45-degree angles, very known GAN angles. But you don't really need a cosmogram if you don't know how to trade cosmogram yet. What you can do here, though, is super cool, right? So you can scale your chart. You have to find an important high. Let's switch over to... You have to find an important high. So let's switch over to daily and an important low. So for important high, we can use this right here. And for important low, we can use $64. That's pushing it. We don't need it that far. We'll use this 38. What the fuck? Okay, so now 73794. 73794, and I believe, let's take a look again, 38505. Oh, yeah. 1 second. It takes a little bit to scale it, guys. Give me one moment. Nope, we'll use a different one. I just don't want to. I don't want a too big range because I don't want to confuse you. That's what I'm trying to do right now. And this, you don't need to be extremely accurate. The GAN will do that for you. Because prices of different exchanges are different too. So it doesn't matter if you're within $50 to $100. I like to get it as accurate as possible. 5581, 5581. All right. And we increase it to 14, right? Oh, yeah. Now we need to find. I know this is confusing you guys. Give me a second. Just need to find 5550. Okay, close enough. Now we need to move our first 45-degree angle to cross it across. Hold up a second, actually. I don't need, I have some extra angles here that I don't need. Okay, now you select the prices that intersect this 45-degree line. These will be your support and resistance prices.
Toby's trying to figure out what he's watching the last 5 minutes. Toby, he's doing Ganzilla. What he's doing is charting it out now. It's all going to come together here in a few minutes whenever he gets it done. But he's charting out another sequence of GAN, WD GAN, on a protractor called Ganzilla. Stay tuned. He's almost done.
I just don't like my angles. Just give me one moment. 45. Oh, we need this one.
What you got there, Jay? A Twizzler? May as well just chug a Red Bull, man.
I had the best dinner, man. I made a rotisserie chicken wrap with some pickled carrots and onions and peppers. It was so good. And this is my dessert.
Well, nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, guys watching, he's this is all for crypto trading, Bitcoin. He's looking at Bitcoin numbers. And it's really hard to explain exactly what he's doing, but we could probably re-narrate this another day. But what he's doing is coming up with more levels that are going to be very key to put on your trading view charts to look for. And he's using it. He's using this protractor to find those levels. So once he's done here, pretty soon he'll have those levels and post them. You'll see him put them on his chart.
All right. 1 second. All right. Could you be so kind and read to me? Oh, shoot. What's happening? Who's sharing their screen right now? Me? Oh, yeah. Hold up. I'm so confused. Okay, I can do it myself. Is there a way? Okay, JCat.
Yo,
Could you read me this? Do you see my cursor? These levels here first. Hold up.
just put it in Discord.
It's on live.
Discord live?
No, like on our live right now, on the screen for people. It's okay. Should I put them on the chart right now? Even?
You can.
Anyways, guys, you will see how
I
these
see your
levels are
chart
going
up,
to
but
be
not again.
on our live.
Mm-hmm.
On TikTok, I see Argan. Oh, because it's streaming
boy.
that part. I see why. Now you see again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And no?
Chart.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put it on Discord then.
Alex, I got to run for 1 second. Can you read them off for him?
I can't read them at all. I'll try though.
I posted on Discord.
Let's see what we got.
Just go each ray like one by one. So method like from top to bottom. Finish the ray, then you know it's done. We can switch to the next one.
Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the bottom one where the black one is.
Okay.
But
Starting.
read out those above it that the line crosses to the 4900, the 47850, and 47050. Know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
what's the first one?
47050. 47850. Okay, doke.
Wait up, sorry. Okay, what's the next one?
47050. So you got that one?
Yeah, yeah.
So 47850.
Okay, next one.
49 even. 49000.
Okay, next one.
5550.
55,050. Okay,
Yep.
next.
This one has two, but you marked the green one as 52550.
Okay. Okay, next one.
54900.
Okay, next one.
57650.
Okay,
6800.
okay,
64400.
okay,
68350.
okay, 1 second. Okay,
72700.
okay, next.
77450.
Okay,
82650. That's the last one.
okay, for those rays, right?
Yep, for that one ray.
Okay, that's good enough. We'll mark this as. I just want to show an example. I'm not going to mark them out for them, all of them, right now. But okay, so we got these levels marked out. Now we have some future levels. That's how I've determined my top before. I did the Ganzilla analysis, and I knew that the top was 73,000. I combined it with the pivot point, and that level that we hit, the price was in discovery mode, right? We've never been this. We were setting new all-time high, and I already knew where the price would end. Anyway, so if we do go up, we have a few levels here. You'll have more, but from what we charted, we do have a level of 77,450, which is a future level that's going to be hit. I can guarantee it. And 82,650, which is a future level, which we're going to hit. I guarantee. I don't know when. Right now, I don't know when. But look at the lines we charted. We pulled these numbers out of Ganzilla, out of an app using Gann method, 45-degree angles, and we mapped out the numbers from a different software into our chart. And let's see how the chart reacts to the lines we pulled. Look, perfect line. Look how the level respects it. Each candle touches it, touches it. Now we know this is a level of resistance. Look, we tried to break it. We closed below. We closed below it. We tried to break it. We got rejected. We broke it here, kind of slowed down, and now we're touching that area again. Look at the next line that we charted. Perfect level retracement, bounce down, boom, to this level, touch this level perfectly. I'm just showing you how it respects the lines. Look at this, a range within these two levels. Look at this, a level beneath the all-time high distribution. We touched this line perfectly. Let's go lower. Perfect level again, perfect level again. Look at this. Perfect resistance line. Look how we were trying to kiss it and break it and couldn't freaking do it until we finally did. Look, this line too. Touched it, but broke it hard. Touched it, consolidated, broke it. Touched it, touched it, touched it, broke it. We were moving in an uptrend. Trend is your friend. Again, look how perfect these levels are. We only charted just one wave right now. You chart entire range of all the 45-degree angles presented to you on Ganzilla. All of them. You're going to have incredible levels of the future and the past, which you can combine and trade using Tesseract Pro. Mark some levels out. See, have TradingView pulled up, have Tesseract Pro pulled up, this Gann method. See if we're hitting any level. See if that level that we're hitting on TradingView is a resistance level. And also on Tesseract Pro, it's showing you double arc, for example, double arc 5. If those two confluences each other, two levels confluence, you know it's a strong resistance point and it could mean a bounce, right? You know also where to put a stop loss because you know that level is a resistance level or support level. So you mark a stop loss a little bit above it or a little bit of double arc. It gives you an extra level of confluence and it allows you to see the levels of the future. I will show you, if you can see my Discord right now, our Discord. If we go back here to the pinned messages, Again, I've showed this before, but I marked, this is when we were at 72,000, when we were setting new highs. I've set these three levels up. So 72711 and 73511 and 74111. We hit those levels perfectly if you look at the charts now. So let's take a look at 73511, I said. So let's take, boom, 73511. I found this way before, weeks before the new all-time high. I knew this was going to be a level, and it also fell at our pivot point 9 on Tesseract. So you see 73511. We open our Tesseract. We're open 248 minutes. Boom. This was also, by time, this had to be a pivot point 9. And we start going down. So I literally called out the top way before it happened. I knew the top before it happened. I knew where it's going to bounce and retrace everything. This is crazy, guys, once you learn how to do it.
That's very cool. I've tried a few times and it's been like the setup is wrong. So everything after the first setup is worse and worse.
The key is just to
Starting
find
with
the starting, so it grabs levels below your price range right now and a little bit above it, so you know the future, right? Okay, and you scale it to however you want. The key component is to find the important low. Once you find that important low, you have to enter it here, and then you have to, it will highlight it black, and that's when you scale the protractor to that one in black.
What's the center? Is that today's price? What is that price?
No, that's just the center of the range. 46,700 is it? We can see. What was it? 46,700?
I think so. 46,700. Yep. Like what? I guess what I'm curious is where did you find the two values to put into Ganzilla?
You kind of just need the top. I needed just to see the range, so I know which values I need here, which values I need here. You see how it scales it? So you kind of find a number that will grasp a little bit above it. So our top is like 79, 80, 500 here, and the bottom. But you need important low to enter here. 5581 was the important low I found here. So if you go on a daily, what was it?
55.50, wasn't it?
55.50, yeah. 55.50. Oh, that's still daily. Sorry, 4 hour. On a 4 hour I looked. 55.50. So 5,600. Okay. You know, so I took this as important low before a massive high. You could have used that number, 38, but something that has enough time that has passed, and it did form kind of, you know, from here to here, you can pull a fib, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can pull a fib, that could work. I could find a better value. I just didn't want to look for too much and scale it. Like you can play around scaling with it, and it goes in 50 increments, right? You can play around with the scale with it. It will always be accurate. You'll just get sometimes more, sometimes less levels. I like to do it fast. I don't really care if it's within $100, $200. I don't care. I just I enter the race. That's it.
Does it matter like the session time, like when you the GAN time when you choose it? Is it supposed to be in no way?
No,
it doesn't matter.
It just does the lines in the range, in the range of GAN square of 9, right? So we have size 14 here. All sizes are perfectly applicable. Usually people love using just the 9 because it's square of 9, so you use the 9. This is technically what you should use, but it gives you a little bit less levels, just because it's not, the box is not as big. I mean, you can scale this thing like to be nuts, right?
Same intersection progression though. That's interesting.
Same intersection progression, yeah, exactly. Increments of 50 I did because Bitcoin is volatile. 50 plus or minus $50 on different exchanges, arbitrage. That's okay. If you're doing a different, you can do a different coin. You don't have to do Bitcoin on this, right? You can do a XRP with 68 cents, right? You would scale it to not 0.68. You would scale it to 68 if it's traded $68, for example, and use that as single numbers. But then when you're charting it with 0.54, 0.53 or whatnot, same thing. That way it would be easier. Bitcoin is really hard. It's a little bit harder to scale here because it's just so many values, right? This was made originally for like stock back in the day when stock was like, cent, 2 cent, couple of bucks per share.
20 bucks kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but technically you can scale if you want even less numbers. You can scale 100. You'll have less numbers. You can scale it more numbers. You can scale it by 25. You can scale it by 50. I like 50, right? And then yeah.
Do you want to try a traditional stock just for fun?
Sure. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, do CVE, Synovus Energy.
Synovus Energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
CVE
Somebody is
on
tapping that like. It's Jack CVE.
Yep, on TSX.
I'll go all TSX. All right. All right. Let's do this. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I've missed out on investing in this twice now.
I knew about it. You told me about it, but I
Yeah,
didn't.
fuck.
I don't know.
I didn't listen either, so we're in the same boat.
What's fixed? Oh, okay. Do we have any viewers? We have 6 viewers. Holy shit. Welcome, guys. Please hit that follow, hit that subscribe. We're gonna spill all the secret sauce. We don't believe in keeping the knowledge to ourselves. A lot of traders' mentality in the beginning are like, oh, we don't want to spill the secret sauce because other people will start using it and taking credit for it or something like that. This, first of all, it's not my credit to take. This has been written. I just found information, I compiled it together, and with experience and knowledge, I put two and two together and I figured out my system. It's not really my system. I use multiple different systems that were invented by other authors, very renowned authors that write publishings for stocks and crazy dudes basically that create softwares and stuff like that. But I like to share it, and it's karma. I share something with you, then you'll come and share something with me, and we're a community, right? Join our Discord. Everybody's sharing their thoughts. Nobody's keeping any secret sauce or anything like that. Nothing is paid for. If you want us to use our time and actually one-on-one mentor you, that's my time. That's a different story. You have to pay for that, but we give out free lessons all the time. You don't need private unless you have money growing out of your ass and you're not patient enough to learn this for free. Then you can buy our time and we'll boot camp you. But other than that, it's all free. Anyways, let's find something here. Let's go from here. Let's go from here to here. Easy, simple. Fuck off. Good enough. Fuck it. 206.31. Okay.
This would be a 10x in your tax-free savings portfolio, guys. Just listen to the news, apparently.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I have to scale it more. We're gonna use 20. 2. Now.
It's a $20 stock, don't forget.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It's ranged from $2 to $20 in 50, 80 weeks.
Let's see. That's actually good. Yeah, that's a perfect. No, we can even use this, actually. 19. Yeah, 19. But we need to. Yeah, that's good. We don't really care about these numbers, right? So I don't know if I scaled it right. I haven't scaled stock, and so like I'm working with like many numbers. I don't even know if you can have 0.1, for example. Oh, didn't know you can do that. What? This is just so yeah, because I never had to do like point on this or on Bitcoin, you know? Oh my. Well, this changes everything. This changes everything.
I want to buy at $16, so make it fit.
I'll make it fit, baby. Where the fuck is my protractor? Okay. So 0. It had if the ray touches it, it counts. All right. I don't know if we scaled it right. It takes some time playing around with, right? Like, but I'm gonna post it on Discord.
Okay, I'll read them out.
Okay, wait. Okay,
Where do you want to start? Which ray?
doesn't matter. You just give me
The,
all of
the,
them.
the one with the black is 6, 20, 41, and 42.
620, 6.20.
6, like just single digit, 6.
Oh, 6. Yeah.
20,
Okay.
41,
Okay. Oh shit, 41 is
42,
here. Don't worry about those.
42, 71.
Don't worry about those at all.
Okay,
But even now,
that's it.
look, this was already a level. Like, look how
Yeah,
perfectly it fell.
that was my second chance. Yep.
Yep, that was your chance for a bounce. Okay, what else? Give me a smaller numbers.
So we got 16,
Okay. What else?
14,
Okay.
20, and then we got the bigger numbers
24.
really. 24, yep.
Okay. Okay,
18's in there.
18 is in there?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we got 29, 47, bigger numbers.
Okay, that's okay.
39.
Okay, look. 39. Look how well it respects it.
Yeah,
Switch
and
to
that's a real
4 hour.
market. That's not some bullshit crypto. That's a real market. It's a multi-billion-dollar company
Look at this,
following
guys.
again. Yeah,
Following
that's
WD again.
what I'm talking about.
That is crazy. It's still fast. Look at this.
Yep. What I wish I knew like a
Look
year
at this.
ago.
Back. Wow. Just incredible. Look at this. Perfect touch, perfect touch.
So the rumor has it that this company is going to meet peak production in 2027, and they're gearing up for it now. So I'm going to buy the next pullback.
Oh, yeah?
It was right at $2. I didn't listen. Would have been a 10x.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it can only go up, man. Especially when the government changes, right? Back to conservative.
Oh, we'll see. Maybe the conservatives will decide everyone needs an electric car. Here's a free one.
I still need gas, man.
That's
Fuck are
what
they gonna?
generates the power. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean what do you think Synovus is going to be doing when everyone's forced to take an electric car?
No matter what, they will adjust and adapt. If they're still doing oil, that means oil is still profitable for them, and the stock will rise. As soon as it's not going to be profitable, trust me, they will know what to do next. They will start mining
No,
lithium or something. No matter what, Synovus will not die. I don't think.
no, dude, they already produce all of their own electricity. They don't need electricity. They produce it with their
There you
waste
go.
heat. So they'll just be
That's crazy.
providing it for electric cars. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's my spiel. That's my spiel for today.
No, and it's yeah, it's a good spiel. Uh, what
Eighteen
else? Well, I
dollars,
mean,
man. I'm buying at
oh, we hit our
$18.
target one, guys. We hit our target one. 63,472. Boom. There you go. Power of fucking GAN live. Showing you trades. Showing you levels. Showing you how the secret sauce. Show me one person who does it like us on YouTube. I'm going to talk to him and I'm going to get him on the show and we're going to chart together. Because I don't know a single person who does it like us. Whether it's smart money, whether it's FIB, whether it's levels, whether it's GAN. We cover all of the aspects of crypto. And then you just saw we applied it to stocks. So it doesn't matter what you use. Like I can trade on Tesseract. I have all these assets too. I have Forex. I have futures. I have indices. I have metals. You know, I can trade gold. It's so easy to trade gold. Gold respects the price levels, and this way of trading super easy. I can trade crypto. I can trade Ripple, Rose, Solana, Tau, and Jack. Like on here, they keep adding assets, but just sometimes it's a little bit harder to like find the cycle. But it's always the same, anyways. I don't know. They'll add more. I can ask them. We can get more
What was
tokens
it?
here.
What was it that Alex Bright traded? He traded gold a lot. Was it Fibs or was it
He
GAN?
was trading gold. Alex Bright was trading
Yeah,
gold. He was trading fib.
but what was
He was trading fib. Like it
Fibs?
still is. Like crazy.
Not
Oh, not fib. Sorry, GAN. Like GAN to the freaking
GAN. Yeah,
GAN with financial astrology.
that's what I thought.
Yeah. Wait till I start showing you guys like Venus, Mars, Pluto alignments and how it reacts to the price. Moon, obviously, you all know already how it reacts to moon, new moon, and old moon. But we'll be able to use this. We'll add a cosmogram, guys. I'll show you this. That's when it becomes fucking nuts. Once we go into the shade of Mercury, and you just see the price drop.
Yeah, I'll be in Vegas for Mercury,
Oh.
April 1st.
Oh, yeah?
Good times. Should be fun.
There you go.
I picked some prime seats for the flight back. I took shit seats on the way there and prime seats on the way back because it's probably going to be a rough one.
Yo,
All
Jcas,
right, dudes.
what are you doing, brother? You're done, Cincy?
I think I got a jet.
Oh, we're piercing through. On to our target too. All right, bro. You have a good one. Thanks for joining, of course. And if you get bored, come hop back in. When we wrap this up, let's game it up.
Yeah, right on. Thanks, guys.
Later, CNC. What's happening?
Did you see what we did?
Yeah.
Freaking stock CVE, man. GAN levels. Look at this.
That's what GAN was originally intended for.
Yep. It's just so much cooler on.
Because there was no such thing as cryptocurrency back then.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm still playing this that I called last night.
Well, yeah, that was made last night, guys. Call live was made on our live yesterday. Jake has made this call, and look at this. Perfect execution. Still in it, probably took partials. Risk management. Blah, blah, blah.
Like a knife. Cutting it like a knife.
Yeah. What should we look at? Let's see our top gainers today, see if we can catch a knife. Everything's kind of down. Nothing's moving.
Nothing's moving.
Let's see our top downers.
Actually, we're swing failing on the
Look.
ton.
Oh my, man. Like the Bitcoin target 2 is going to get hit here pretty soon. Ooh.
This could be a short here on DON USDT. Everything else is kind of following Bitcoin.
Following Bitcoin, yeah. We're definitely losing momentum.
S&P 500's up. Oh yeah, this one I called last night too on Gal GAL. El Jefe here, and it's holding trend, but that was a knife. I didn't trade it. I did chart it on here.
Nice.
Looks like everything's about the same, but this one doesn't look bad here. For a potential swing fail, it's a 4-hour, 30 minutes. Yeah, it's holding. We've got a good candle there.
Nonetheless, it's a perfect place to set a stop loss and either win or lose.
Sure is. You could easily
TP there, eh?
Trade this motherfucker.
Yep.
Let's see what the biggest losers are, huh? Token. I wouldn't say it's a loser. They just started, though, didn't it, a couple hours ago? Oh, someone asked about ICP earlier, didn't they?
ICP?
I think someone asked about ICP earlier. We don't hold back around here. I'm not sure if he's still in the chat. That was an hour ago. He said, make predictions on ICP.
Okay.
Predictions on ICP. We're going down and we're making lower lows. If this weekly open holds, I think that we can drive it down with Bitcoin down here to at least down here to 8.6, 8.7. ICP.
Guys, please hit that follow or subscribe, depending which platform you're watching us on. It greatly helps us and motivates us to keep updating you on market moves, figuring out the tops and bottoms for you. Well, for us, but you can take a look and decide for yourself what you want to do with it. ICP, what are we on? 382. Didn't quite get there.
Yeah. If it doesn't fail this, if it's not a failed auction, it can I can tap in here. It's got some juicy levels right there. It's got some juicy spots right in there. Oh, here is a crypto G special right down here at the 786. If we're going to hold this up move, which we should, this will be your most greedy entry to take it up.
There you go. You got it. Take a screenshot. Well, this is recorded. This will be posted on our YouTube, guys.
Lines up with the 78683. I call that the 786 pocket. A previous mentor had given me that. So we'll go ahead and make these broken, so because we anticipate them breaking, and we can look for something right down here. Boop.
Yeah.
ICP.
Clean. Clean.
Oh, I had an alert there. You'll
Target
yell at
2.
me.
Can you switch over to my chart for a second? Target 2 has
Yep.
hit on an 8-minute, guys. 63.12 was called right here on live. Target 2 has hit. If we break arc 3, we're headed to our target 3 at $62,104.87. Look how on point. Look how I hit the target. Not I, like how Bitcoin hit the target. The reason I don't have it right at the arc, I like to be safe. Sometimes it's front runs. So I place it a little bit higher. You're not going to be fighting over $11 profit, but you are going to be fighting if your TP doesn't hit, right? So there you go. This is our main target. Now anything can happen. We do have another hour to develop, and look at the time. So we hit at 12 time perfectly. So we could have predicted it. We predicted this to a minute. We still have time though for a little bit more time to develop. We might break this and go lower, but if not, we still have another hour, and in an hour we'll find out if this is a 10 to 1 starts. It should be a pretty substantial move. Hopefully back up to 66. We'll see. I don't want to say anything right now. I just want to see if this is actually a turning point. But this is a major target. When we entered, I placed the 9. We got over the kill zone, and it's a $800 move caught right here. That's a big chunk of money if you're trading, leveraged like 5 or 10 Bitcoins. You would have just made. You could have just bought a car. You would have just made $800 per Bitcoin traded. 10 Bitcoins, 10 times 8, $8,000.
On top of that, you would have made even more if you got in when you called the top of 74.
Yep.
Because Bitcoin's going down. Let's see. We got 1 on Twitch, 3 on YouTube. Got any questions? Set them forth. How's TikTok looking?
We got 1 viewer, I think. I don't know.
We're new to streaming TikTok. TikTok guys.
Can people even hear us on TikTok? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, they can hear us.
It is Friday night, 11:30. People probably up partying and getting drunk.
Oh shit, I didn't even know. Yeah.
Well, 11:30 my time. It's like 9:30 your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys. You were on a roll, so I was just hanging out and
Zoning
listening
out.
and watching. I got some more reading to do on that first book, and I'm looking forward to really diving into this program probably sometime early next week.
All right. Gonna dive deep, eh?
Until then, you're just going to give me those calls.
Yep. That sounds like a plan. By the way, guys, you had questions about turning points. This is a little cheat sheet. Take a screenshot of it. So basically it shows you the 4 quadrants. It shows you the turning point. So this is the most probable where there's a cluster of turning points. That is where a turning point occurs. So you can see turning point in 1 and turning point 2 usually occur in the first quadrant. 3 can occur in the first quadrant as well, but highly probable to occur in a second quadrant of the cycle. Turning point 2, then a 3 follows it pretty quick here, then a 4 at the end of 5 at the end of second quadrant, 6 usually in the middle of the third quadrant, 7 follows usually after 6 pretty quickly. You just got to watch the charts to find out. You scale it on a lower time frame to see the actual inflection points, like I explained. And then 10 finishes up usually in the last part of the fourth quadrant. Sometimes it goes over, and you saw an example in this live. Sometimes it goes over in the first quadrant and then follows by 1 right away quickly. Usually the most impulses happen at the end of time of the move. That's where you see those big wicks you saw when we were coming up to the last 5 minutes of time. On an 8-minute, that's when the most move was made. Before that, we were kind of going sideways, killing that time. And according to this technique, the biggest moves come when the time runs out. So you'll see those major moves right before the time. I don't know how to say it simpler. Simple enough. But yeah, you can screenshot this. People don't spill this sauce. This is Burst of Circles. Read the book. This is just one part of it. There's crazy shit just crazy, mind-blowing stuff that you're gonna read in the book. And the book is called Big Bertha by Eric Bean, right here. Unified Theory of Markets, also known as Big Bertha by Eric Bean. He's a founder of Wave 59 software that was used before Tesseract. It's still much more advantageous than Tesseract right now, but Tesseract is being developed. It has a little bit, not a little bit, much newer GUI or GUI. Wave 59 looks like it was made on DOS and Northern Commander and something. It's still very functional, but GUI is getting outdated. Feels like you're on Windows 98 or something like that. That's the only reason. But as far as features, it has way more features. But read this book, guys. Read this book. There's a few other books on planetary alignments and a few other books on how to actually use Gunner technique. And Gunner technique is the technique we're using right here. This is invented by Gunner. It's invented by W.D. Gann, but this is an interpretation of a guy known as Gunner, Gunner 26, I believe. All numerology stuff. That's why it's called. It has numbers 59 as well for Wave. All these guys are really into numbers, like the W.D. Gann was. That's why, hence the weird time frames, hence the weird square of 9 and all that stuff. The cycles, psychology and numerology.
Nice. Equal Swim wants to know: are you still expecting Bitcoin to continue general downtrend?
Yes, for another month, at least a month to 2 months down move. We will know for sure. Well, not for sure, but as sure as you can be. Where was it? In about 5 hours. Well,
What are we
no,
expecting?
we're just gonna expect a turning move. Sorry, 512. I think it was 5. No, it was 248. 248. Yeah. Sorry. In 12 days. In 12 days, we'll know for sure if we keep going down. Right now, we just follow the targets, the gravitational pull of our targets, right? The thing is, in 12 days, we're for sure we're past turning point 9, and this was a turning point 9. Right now, it hit our level on Ganzilla, and it hit our turning point here with a major down move, just because we hit that level, and this is still probable for a pivot point 9 to come in this quadrant. However, the bigger cluster of points, if you look here, the bigger cluster of 9 is kind of middle, a little bit past the middle. And if you look,
Of the
if
fourth
this is a
quadrant.
turning point 9, we're a little bit early. Yeah. So this is time 15. If you look here, so 8 days, 8 to 22 days. So 8. If we continue the down move and we keep hitting the targets, 8 is good because the chart won't develop up quick enough to hit the all-time high. So I'll be more than happy to, even in 2 to 8 days, I will confirm this is a 9. Or if we go past arc 3, that's going to be a confirmation of a definite 9 as well.
But we have till how long until turning point 9? Ends.
You mean till 9 ends?
Yep.
Till 9 ends, we have anywhere between a month to more probable 2 months.
Okay. Yeah. So we could, and then you confirm that when you've got a when you hit time, and then when you show a clear reversal, and then of course 9 to 10 could be any size, but it could also make another all-time high.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Then what we do is we look for turning point 10 to come in, and you short the ever-living shit out of it.
No, 10 you long, right? Because 9 to 10 is 9 to 10 is right now. It's going down. So
Right.
when 10 forms, that means 10
You
to
long,
yeah. And and to know for sure these inflection points, we're just gonna scale it down on 512. We're gonna keep an eye on points. Like we're hitting our targets, right? Like we've hit we broke third arc. So
Yeah. So
we
you're
should be
likely
hitting,
you're gonna hit the fifth arc.
yeah, 59K. I've been saying that for many days now. 59K.
Yeah.
I really want to see that. I really want to see 59,400, 59,800. I really want to see 57 after that. 57,200.
Yeah, and I've got a specific level at 58,997 that on MEXC exchange. Okay, so there's a little bit of price difference.
58.
997.5. That's a level that I'm particularly waiting for and going to be very patient for to look at potential longs, and this might be a position trade for me since I missed the other ones. I'm a day trader, scalper, guys, so I don't do many position trades. But I may, if we reject off of this pretty hard, I may end up doing a nice position trade there.
Nice. There you go, guys. Another thing called. I think we've said everything we needed to say. I think it's time to wrap it up. What do you think?
I think you had a nice big lesson. We can edit this down and repost a long video without a bunch of pauses, so people can come back and study it. And of course, look forward to all of our shorts that are going to come out from these videos. Like and subscribe. Follow us on every platform you can think of, and join our Discord.
Thank you guys so much for your help. We're at 1,065 subscribers.
Bam!
In 2 weeks. Like, awesome,
Good
guys.
stuff.
Thank you so much. Good stuff. And we'll see you in the next live. And we'll update you on our Discord. Join our Discord. You'll see pictures of charts when we're not live and can't vocalize it. Anyways, peace. Let me
Have a good
play
night.
our brand.
Gatilleros me montan la ruta.
Dímelo, yo.
Par de gatilleros y huele a gran puta.